by the wedge of giving him some clean lanes to run in. David Akers is able to get over there and make the tackle, saving a touchdown.
Season-long 65-yard kick return for Ahmad Bradshaw, and the Giants start at the Philadelphia 35. And they'll start with a throw to Smith, left alone, and the pass just floated.
You know, it's one of these throws where we had that play in. We worked it all week. It was one of those deals where Monty was in there all week when we threw it. Just it was a check to it, and just have him going down the sideline. But it was just going to be a whole throw. It should have been caught around 20 yards. It's going to be line drive. I think Steve was kind of expecting it to be deeper down the field on the go route. So it's just I didn't want to lead him into the safety. I was going to throw it hard and line drive. I think it was just a slight miscommunication. The wind hit it a little bit, but still should have been still should have been a completion.
Jacobs picks up 7. Quentin Michael on the tackle. Out of the shotgun, the pass is underneath the Ward, and he tries to lunge for a first down, and he is way short of it. Crowd doesn't like the spot. Asante Samuel made the play, a gain of only 1, and it's 4th down.
A pretty good job there by Asante Samuel coming up and trying to make a play on him. Hard to get a look right there as to where he is out of bounds. You see him trying to stretch. A good effort there by Derek Ward. And based on where they're at right here, you'd say, well, why not go for the field goal? As we discussed, they are right into the teeth of this win.
It's 4th down and 2. They run it with Jacobs, and the big back has a first down. A blitz from the Eagles. Giants pick it up. Manning throws and hits the tight end, Darcy Johnson. He has another New York first down. And they've worked Darcy Johnson more and more into the offense here with the Giants. 2nd and 8, it's Jacobs. And there was nowhere to go. Abi Amiri was in on the tackle, and Patterson was there to anchor it up front for Philadelphia. It's 3rd and 8. Looking left all the way. That's Ward out of the backfield, and that's Bradley, the middle linebacker, making a solid tackle, a gain of 5. It is 4th down, and it's the field goal unit sent on by Tom Coughlin.
And there's a great example of some good play there at linebacker by Stuart Bradley. He's in the middle, and then he's got to run out. They're trying to run a little bit of a natural pick, but he's got to use his speed in order to get out there on Ward so that Ward cannot outflank him, with the ball.
In the opening kickoff, things couldn't have started off any better. We marched right down the field, and we're moving, and then we end up kicking a field goal. Who's to say what that game looks like if we score on that first possession and get a touchdown, knock it in there, and just make a statement.
Still to come here on NFL Replay, an Eagles ball hawk swoops in to do what he does best.
They said it couldn't be done. They were wrong. The Sierra from GMC. V8 power and performance along with exceptional fuel economy. The Sierra from GMC. Engineering that happens when you never say never.
Qualified buyers get 3.9% APR financing for 60 months on the 2009 GMC Sierra. See Pontiac GMC dealer.
Coach Switzer, can you imagine a Super Bowl without the world's most refreshing beer?
I really never think about that.
Well, you don't have to, Coach, because we got an extra Super Bowl ticket, and we're buying the cold Coors Light. Are you in?
I guess I can come to the Super Bowl.
Can we crash with you in your hotel?
Come on, I'll put a rollaway in there for you.
Can we make it 2 rollaways?
Yeah. Frost Brewed Coors Light, official beer sponsor of Super Bowl 43.
Coach, we got 1 more Super Bowl ticket left. Can I bring my mom?
Mom, you want to go to the Super Bowl?
Yes!
Lindsey Vonn, she stays tough. Earlier, she had an all-over achy cold. What's her advantage? It's Speedy Alka-Seltzer.
New and improved Alka-Seltzer Plus. Rushes relief for all over achy colds. The official cold medicine of the U.S. ski team. Alka-Seltzer Plus.
It's an all-out flavor blitz with KFC Honey Barbecue Wings. We take our famous sauceless hot wings that are marinated in peppers and coated in seasoning, then glaze them in honey barbecue for 3 layers of flavor. Get 7 for $3.99 or grab a bucket of 20. Add a 32-ounce drink for a chance to win a trip to Super Bowl 44.
Everybody's talking about the economic tsunami. What does that mean to a surfing CEO?
Tsunami in surfing is sort of a thrilling prospect, but the tsunami in business is kind of terrifying, and you have to watch the management of your assets very carefully. You know, you have to do things at the speed of light these days to stay ahead of the wolf pack.
Right.
And without technology, we would be nowhere. It helps you to still rip it up.
Game day gets you ready for the playoffs. Before the games, Marshall and Warren break down each postseason matchup.
They can't just do it on Peyton's arm.
Plus, exclusive team reports live from every stadium.
Kind of a defining week for the Cards.
Later, as game day continues, Rich, Mooch, and Dion deliver the best highlight show on TV.
If you're going to watch this, you're going to enjoy this.
Start and end your game day here.
The People's Champ, baby, I love it.
Spend your playoff weekend with NFL Game Day, only on NFL Network.
We'll get you right back to NFL Replay, the Eagles and Giants 2008 NFC Divisional matchup in just a moment. But first, many expect a major upheaval in Kansas City now that Scott Pioli has taken over as general manager. Head coach Herm Edwards and his staff were 6-26 in their last 2 years, the worst span in team history, and they've been waiting to learn their fate. Wednesday, in his first news conference since being hired as general manager, Pioli would only say that he intends to visit with Edwards and that he has a lot of personal and professional respect for him. Anquan Bolden says he will play in the NFC Championship game against the Eagles. Bolden practiced Wednesday and says a trip to a Dallas chiropractor has greatly improved his strained left hamstring. News out of Cleveland, the Browns have named Brian Dable offensive coordinator, Rob Ryan defensive coordinator, and Brad Seeley assistant head coach, special teams coordinator. Now back to NFL Replay.
First possession for the Eagles, down by 3. McNabb rolls to his right and fires a laser out to the rookie Deshaun Jackson, who's had a great year, good for 9 yards. McNabb dumps it off. Buckhalter, nothing. Brought down by Johnson, a loss of 3. 3rd down and 16. McNabb with time down the middle, fires behind Kevin Curtis. And it's 4th down. 4th down and 21. Rocca just got it away. Hickson, penalty flag is down. Now another comes in, and Hickson won't go down. He crosses the 40, but there are 2 flags on the play.
Illegal block in the back. Number 57 is declined. And unnecessary roughness. Number 21 hitting a receiver out of bounds. Half distance to the goal. 1st down.
Basically a 29-yard penalty as the Giants start at their own 13. And this one's picked off by who else? Asante Samuel. Samuel is down inside the 5, very near the 1. He had 1 return for a touchdown last week. That is his 7th career postseason interception, and he sets up 1st and goal at the 2.
Oh yeah, let's go, baby.
You know, good idea by New York. They're going to come out on the bootleg, but they don't fool the Philadelphia Eagles. They hold containment. They don't let Eli out on the edge, and that's just a throw that got away from Eli. You know, he had a chance. He had a chance, but because of pressure, he released it, and it was a high throw.
Just threw it high. Just rolled out right. I had Hickson open over the middle. Just ball just sailed on me and threw high.
And it was a play. I had opportunity to make a play, and I finally caught one of his balls. You know, I done dropped about 3 or 4 of them, so I finally caught one. That's what it's about, making plays, baby.
Only thing we're mad at him, he didn't score with it, but that's what he does. You know, he sits back and waits and baits and gets his hands on the football. And we got our offense to ball in scoring territory.
Eli Manning had to make the tackle. Asante Samuel now has 1 interception, at least 1 in 7 of the last 10 postseason games he's participated in. Sets up 1st and goal from the 2. Handoff is to Westbrook, gets nothing. Penalty flag on the play as McNabb, with the pressure starting to get to him, throws it out of the back of the end zone in the direction of Kevin Curtis. And we'll get the call from Mike Carey.
Holding, defense number 22. Pass the distance to the goal, automatic. First down.
Well, it's not 22. I can say with certainty, and Tom Coughlin knows that there's nobody that wears number 22 on his defense. This could be it, right in the slot with Michael Johnson. Yep, might be.
Yeah, well, that would draw a flag, because you cannot go to the headgear as a defensive back on a receiver.
So back to 1st and goal, back to Westbrook trying to leap in, and he did not get to the goal line. Danny Clark was the first one to meet him in the air. A gain of 1 at 2nd and goal.
I tell you, this is an area of the field for Philadelphia where they have struggled, you know, throughout this season, trying to run the football in from down around this area, from the 1-yard line, 2-yard line, 3-yard line, and you know, I wouldn't be surprised. In fact, I would expect to see some play action here.
It cost them the game at Chicago. They didn't have Westbrook active in that game. They were 0 for 1 in the red zone last week at Minnesota. McNabb keeps it, tries to break the plane. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The dangerous move of exposing the football as he lunged toward the goal line, and according to this officiating crew, he broke the plane, and the Eagles take the lead.
Yeah, you always worry about that. You see clearly the ball got across the goal line, and it was a touchdown, but you always worry when you stick the ball out like that someone will knock it out prior to the ball crossing the goal line. But a good job by Donovan McNabb of getting that one in.
Coming up, the Giants look to the safety of their defense for some much-needed inspiration.
Free Wi-Fi, giving you the freedom to get out and work wherever you want. Courtyard, it's a new stay.
National Car Rental knows I'm picky. So at National, I go right past the counter.
And you get to choose any car in the aisle.
Choose any car! You cannot be serious!
Seriously, you choose.
Okay.
Go National. Go like a pro.
It's an all-out flavor blitz with KFC Honey Barbecue Wings. We take our famous sauceless hot wings that are marinated in peppers and coated in seasoning, then glaze them in honey barbecue for 3 layers of flavor. Get 7 for $3.99 or grab a bucket of 20. Add a 32-ounce drink for a chance to win a trip to Super Bowl 44.
Almost every guy who plays football uses a cup. Then again, some guys drink straight from the bottle. Here's to a great game. Miller Lite. Great taste, less filling.
Zombies!
When all you want are the most thrilling playoff highlights on game day.
Why? Because they have defense.
Play fake, Romo deep to the middle.
When you want to hear the game, but you're out on the range.
Yeah. How about them Cowboys?
3rd and 14 if you care to nitpick.
When all you want is to never miss a highlight.
Second touchdown of the night.
When all you want is football.
Every day is like Sunday. All day, every day.
Buying a car is a big decision.
You need some advice.
That is why VHIX.com is so great. Check out the Power Circle ratings for any kind of vehicle.
JDPower.com, Power Circle ratings.
Anything that you want to know about a vehicle.
Mechanical quality.
The performance.
Design quality. Powertrain quality.
You're going to get the right car.
All this great information right on VHIX.com.
Use JDPower.com Power Circle ratings to rank vehicles you're interested in at VHIX.com, your online resource to find your ride. Watch our buying guides and test drives powered by Wheels TV on Comcast On Demand.
Got a car to sell?
Go to vehix.com.
Millions of people go to vehix.com looking for a car.
I would never do a newspaper classified again.
The best part is it's free.
Absolutely free.
All you do is you upload a picture.
You put in a few facts about your car.
Then someone searches for a used car like yours.
Bingo, there's your car.
Pops up in their search results.
And it's free.
How can you beat that?
This is the best way to sell a car.
List your used car for free and reach millions of car buyers at vehix.com, your online resource to find your ride. Search our online inventory. Thousands of vehicles are added weekly.
Just keep executing the defense. Just keep executing the defense and tackle.
Eli Manning cannot wait to snap this ball, have 3 seconds elapse from the clock, and switch sides of the field. Working into the wind, it's Jacobs. Good run on first down. Picks up 11. Jacobs tries the right side, a little cutback, picks up 2. A blitz. Manning slides, throws, Smith out of his reach. It was there, Manning missed him a little too deep, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, Steve Smith, he's able to get by him. You're going to see Sheldon Brown, who's in coverage, and he's got safety help over the top, but Dawkins was a little late getting there, so a better thrown ball, and Steve Smith is able to make a play in behind the safety coverage. But now New York is throwing with the wind, so that presents another set of challenges for a quarterback throwing with the wind.
Fiegels hits it, kind of a knuckleball that takes a bounce, and it's still alive, down by Zach Diossi. Another blitz. McNabb is in trouble, just flips it out of there. And they throw the flag. If it happened in the end zone, that's a safety.
Yeah, and it did, and that's a good call. Donovan McNabb clearly within the pocket.
Grounding. Offense number 5. No receiver in the area. Safety.
That's a good call. Donovan McNabb was clearly in the pocket and trying to avoid the sack. Throwing it out, no receiver in the area. You're going to see as he drops back. Good pressure there. Justin Tuck coming off the edge. He's the first one there, and just an attempt to get it out. He had nowhere to go, nowhere to escape. The guys filled their lanes inside. Good defensive stand.
And so how about that? The New York Giants in 2 games, even though they had 42 sacks on the year, 6th best total in the NFL, did not have 1 against Philadelphia. Had 15 against the Eagles last year. And here in the divisional playoff game, it's Justin Tuck getting McNabb and forcing the 2-point safety.
Up next, with their offense in shutdown mode, the Giants' defense keeps the heat on Donovan and the Eagles.
As the playoffs and Super Bowl reach their conclusion, the dawn of a new season comes to light. The next generation of the NFL begins with the Scouting Combine and NFL Draft.
The Atlanta Falcons select
A star will be born.
And the world is made of energy, and the world is electricity, and the world is made of energy, and there's a lot inside of you, and there's a lot inside of me, and
Who will get your vote for this season's Motorola Coach of the Year? Will it be Tony Sparano, the first-year head coach of the Miami Dolphins? Sparano led the Dolphins from worst in the league to best in the AFC East and into the playoffs.
That's the way it's gonna be, whatever it takes.
Will it be another rookie, Atlanta Falcons head coach Mike Smith?
You guys fought your tails off all friggin' day.
Smith took on one of the biggest rebuilding challenges in the NFL and led the Falcons into the postseason. Will you cast your vote for the third rookie head coach on the list, John Harbaugh, head coach of the Baltimore Ravens?
Just play. We got you. Bring your ass.
Harbaugh led his Ravens to a playoff berth with 11 regular season wins. Maybe you like the man at the helm of the Pittsburgh Steelers, head coach Mike Tomlin.
Let's be mentally tough. All we need is a damn play.
Tomlin's top-rated defense led the way to a 12-4 season.
Yes!
Will you cast your vote for an AFC rival, Tennessee Titans head coach Jeff Fisher? Fisher and his Titans flirted with near perfection early before nailing down a division title.
Coming through Tennessee.
Or will your vote go to Tom Coughlin, the man who led last year's Giants team to a Super Bowl victory?
We're gonna finish this thing up.
So once again, here's your list of the 6 nominees. Log on to NFL.com to cast your vote for the Motorola Coach of the Year.
Second and 6. Manning throws and hits his tight end Kevin Boss. And Boss, from where they're spotting it, looks like he's got enough for a first down. He does. Manning throws, looking for Boss. Forced out by Bradley, one of the better throws, and 21 yards to Kevin Boss.
Yeah, they come right back to the same route to Kevin Boss. This time, however, instead of having a safety on him, they've got Stuart Bradley in coverage. And once Stuart Bradley was inside and having to play inside out with an outside breaking route, as long as Eli got this ball to the outside, it was going to be an easy completion.
A blitz, the pass for Hickson, cannot get to it. A lot of wobbly passes from Eli Manning so far in this first half. Seems to be working with the wind, and it's now 3rd and 10.
They're going to bring the blitz off the edge here with Brian Dawkins, and the Giants pick it up. And they're able to give Eli a pretty good pocket. You know, the Giants feel like they've got a good understanding of where those blitzes are coming from, and that's why they've been pretty successful in blocking it up. But that's another opportunity missed. Dominic Hickson was able to get in behind Sheldon Brown. They're just not able to connect.
Pressure on Manning, who drops it off in the direction of Boss, and just happy to get rid of it. It's now 4th down in the field goal unit, and John Carney will come on for the Giants, trying to regain the lead.
On field goal. Let's make this now. Make it. Get the lead right here. Let's go. Field goal.
46-yard try. Carney pushed it. Taking over at their own 36, it's Westbrook. Westbrook gets nothing, rather Buckhalter. On 2nd and 10, pass is complete. That's Brent Selleck. Selleck is out across the 40 to the 41, a gain of 5. 16 total yards in this half for Philadelphia. 3rd and 5. Over the middle, pass is caught and hung on to by L.J. Smith. First down, Philadelphia. And Donovan is having trouble with his helmet. Had to change it during the timeout. Now he's back to a different one.
Yeah, a lot of times when you change helmets like that, it's primarily because you're not getting the call from the sidelines as clearly as what you'd like. Maybe the communication device is breaking up on him, and yeah, he's not hearing as well as what he'd like to, so he goes with the backup helmet.
2nd down and 8. Now his chin strap's unbuckled. Still unbuckled as he hands to Westbrook, his biggest run. And Westbrook picks up 7. Blackburn on the tackle. And Westbrook, it appears, is inches short of a first down.
McNabb kind of piecemealing this thing together. The chin strap comes loose, then he runs back over to the sidelines, gets the chin strap off the old helmet, trying to get him as comfortable as he can out here.
So now he's got a new chin strap, and he's got a 3rd and 1 facing him. That's Buckhalter. And that's a good run on 3rd and 1. Correll Buckhalter fought his way for a first down. It had been 4 straight running plays, and now this one is through the hands of Deshaun Jackson with Antonio Pierce right there with him. A blitz. Thomas came unblocked. The pass picked off by Dockery. The rookie Terrell Thomas has had a very good first half, and he forced that pass as he came on the blitz.
He sure has, and he's been very disruptive in the backfield. They've used him a lot now off the edge, and he's the guy who gets in Donovan's face and forces the throw a little earlier than what Donovan would have liked. Deshaun Jackson, you know, they're on an opportunity to get by Dockery, but we talked about it, going in that direction that the Eagles are headed in right now, right into the teeth of the wind. And it's very difficult then, especially under duress, to try to get that ball as far as you needed to try to get the completion.
Coming up, both teams make a last-minute push as a low-scoring first half comes to a close.
What you missed this week on NFL Game Day Morning.
With Plexico out, is this the straw that breaks the camel's back?
He would not utilize those legs, but when he does, he's the best at his game.
NFL Game Day Morning, Sunday only on NFL Network.
If you've been putting off getting new carpet for your home, now's the time to put it back on. Because the Home Depot has a new lower price for carpet installation. Only $139 for your whole house, no matter how many rooms. We've lowered the price on over 1,000 items throughout the store, including carpet. So you'll pay the lowest total price for your carpet project, guaranteed. New carpet has never been more affordable, with basic installation for just $139, no matter how many rooms. Only at the Home Depot. You can do it, we can help.
Hey, Ben, ever wish we could go back to being accountants?
Are you kidding? Being a private investigator is great.
I mean, I love being a master of disguise. One minute I'm a
Construction worker, the next I'm an exchange student majoring in Roman lit who plays video games all day.
Plus,
with FedEx Mobile, finding the nearest drop box is easy.
I guess you're right.
It's gonna be a while, kid.
We understand. Business happens everywhere. FedEx.
Why do we show up 5 hours before kickoff? Order every game. Dress like our dads. And sit in 10-degree weather on our anniversary. Why? Because this game is ours. Visa. For game day, it's the way to go.
I can still see their faces. Every day, more people are killed. Our revenge is to live. For my parents and for all the others.
Defiance. Rated R. Everywhere. This Friday.
After Vikings practice, Adrian Peterson hung out with my friends and me.
Ready?
I showed off my pump, pass, and kick skills, and I think he was impressed.
Pretty good. That's nice. We got pretty good arms, too.
We had a great workout, and I didn't want the day to end.
I'm Adrian Peterson, and I'm part of the NFL movement for an active generation. For great play ideas, visit NFLrush.com.
So now each side has turned it over. Each quarterback has thrown a pick. Each side has 2 timeouts left in this first half. Jacobs brought down by Sheldon Brown at the 44. A 24-yard gallop by Brandon Jacobs.
Well, they don't talk a lot about Madison Hedgecock, but watch the job that he does coming off the line of scrimmage and how he leads the way then for Brandon Jacobs. A nice block on Quentin Michael, the safety, gives him a lane, And out in the open field, we all know Brandon Jacobs a big man and very difficult to bring to the ground.
Yeah, not going to go down on the arm tackle try. That was the longest play from scrimmage of this game for either team. 24 yards, and now Derek Ward over the right side picks up 5. Plenty of time. Manning steps up and hits Boss. Down to the 26. Stuart Bradley fell down in coverage, and Kevin Boss is good for 25 yards.
Well, Eli Manning was looking elsewhere, but when he steps up into the pocket off the play action, it forces him then to get his eyes right to his tight end. And Kevin Boss runs a good route. Bradley goes down. Good execution.
Here's Jacobs left side, a cutback, and throws his helmet into the chest of Bradley. The officials got together, met as they're doing right now, and they took that 5-yard carry by Brandon Jacobs off the clock because they said the clock hit 2 minutes prior to the snap. I would say it's almost simultaneous and maybe just a hair before 2 minutes were left. And instead of 2nd and 5, I mean, it happens almost bang bang. Tom Coughlin, you could see him say that you can't do that now. They're taking the yardage away. They're putting 2 minutes exactly on the clock. And instead of 2nd and 5 at the 21, it's 1st and 10 at the 26. Maybe not a big deal, but you know that Coughlin would love to have that 5-yard run and a nice manageable 2nd and 5 coming up.
Well, the problem as I see with that is that it was not stopped, you know, within regulation. It wasn't until Andy Reid went over and had the conversation with him. Either way would have been okay if they had ruled it had hit the 2-minute warning or not. I can't believe they went back and changed it, though.
Here's a quick throw to Dominic Hickson, and he is wrapped up by Sheldon Brown, but a penalty flag is down. And it's an offside against Philly, so in the end, they're going to end up with 1st and 5.
Offside, defense, number 75. 5-yard penalty, 1st and 5.
Kind of a short arm throw by Eli Manning in the direction of Amani Toomer. Off his right hand, incomplete.
Well, we saw that Eli Manning's wearing a glove on his left hand. He has never worn a glove on his right hand. In fact, the last time he even wore a glove on his left hand was in the NFC Championship game. It's primarily, you know, when it's cold that he does that. Now we got Kareem McKenzie, the right tackle, going off the field. And Kevin Booth should be then coming in his place.
Big number 77 is out at right tackle for Kareem McKenzie, who has been bothered by a bad back, but he limped off. Looked like something with one of his legs. 2nd and 5 over the middle, up for grabs and incomplete. Quick throw to Ward, trying to get a block on a screen, and Ward is brought down by Darren Howard. Close to 1st down yardage, but looks to be maybe a hair short, and Philadelphia will spend their 2nd timeout. More than a hair. They mark it back at the 17, a yard shy of a 1st down. It's 4th and 1. So the field goal unit comes on. Carney missed his last try from 46. This is roughly a 35-yard field goal for a guy who during the regular season had 2 field goals blocked. Missed one, which was his last attempt at the Vikings week 17, and that's it. He's headed back to his 2nd Pro Bowl. 20th year in the league, and a 35-yard try. Good snap, good hold, the kick, perfect. And the Giants lead by 1 with 1:33 left in the half. Westbrook does not have a catch in this game. Deshaun Jackson has one here to the sideline. It has a 1st down and out of bounds just short of the Philadelphia 39. Akers has got a big leg and has not ever had a lot of success here at Giants Stadium as Westbrook makes his 1st catch of the game and is out of bounds at the Giants 49. So on a frozen area of the sideline, Akers is getting loose, and in his career, he's 11 for 22 overall, which includes 3 for 5 here against the Jets in this stadium.
And I bet a number of those misses have come and going in this direction, because they're going to have to get a lot closer than they normally would to get in David Akers' range going into this win.
47 seconds remain. Philadelphia has a timeout left. This one is Avant making the catch inside the 35 to the 34. 15 yards, and the Eagles use their final timeout.
Well, the Giants, they bring pressure inside, and you can see how much room they're giving Jason Avant. And he just runs a square in, and Donovan McNabb puts it right on him.
I think he trusts all the guys around him, and he knows where they're all going to be. He's worked very hard with them all season, and I think he's playing confident football. Not only Sal throwing the football, but also managing the game. Doing a great job of that.
McNabb near the sideline. Deshaun Jackson with a catch, and he rolls out of bounds at the 25. It's 3rd down and 1. Handoff is to Westbrook. He gets the first down, but the Eagles are without a timeout. The offense near the line after that quick play, and McNabb stops the clock with 18 seconds left. McNabb steps up. Penalty flag is down as McNabb is shoved out of bounds by Antonio Pierce. 10 seconds left in the half. A flag is down.
While the quarterback was in the pocket, illegal contact, defense number 58. 5-yard penalty from the end of the run, automatic. First down.
So a 5-yard penalty from the end of the run. It's Antonio Pierce who is guilty of the violation. There he is. And that penalty will move the football down inside the 10. It's 1st and goal from the 7. Eagles have to be careful here and take a shot into the end zone, which they do. Incomplete. Deshaun Jackson. Now 4 seconds left, and the Eagles can't play with this anymore as Jackson gets up limping, and Akers is onto the field to try and get the lead back for the Eagles.
Yeah, it looked like Corey Webster got away with a little bit. You see Deshaun Jackson trying to come out of that break, and a couple grabs there by Corey Webster, who is really finally playing to the level that they had hoped that he would when they drafted him out of LSU a couple of years ago in the 2nd round.
This for a 2-point lead at the half. A 25-yard try from David Akers, who is now 5 for 5 this postseason for Philadelphia. 10-8 is the score.
30 minutes are in the books. Still to come, what happens when a 300-plus pounder tries to outrun everyone else? Find out when we come back.
With a totally rebuilt site and over 1 million jobs worldwide, there's never been a better time to go to Monster.com.
So you've been doing a nice job out there helping people save money on car insurance.
Oh, thank you, sir.
But I think there are a few other things you can say about what a reliable company Geico is.
Right. Well, maybe how Geico's the 3rd largest car insurance company in America. Nice tidbit there.
Exactly. And I've been thinking, looking a bit more businesslike might help too.
Oh, my. No, it's... What's the word?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Tomorrow on Playbook, we'll explain how Pittsburgh will fluster Joe Flacco, plus why Big Ben has what it takes to get back to the Super Bowl. Playbook, tomorrow at 8 Eastern, only on NFL Network.
The top college seniors in the nation showcase their talent on the gridiron. The path to the draft begins with the 2009 Under Armour Senior Bowl. Live January 24th, exclusively on NFL Network.
Got a car to sell?
Go to vehix.com.
Millions of people go to vehix.com looking for a car.
I would never do a newspaper classified again.
The best part is it's free.
Absolutely free.
All you do is you upload a picture.
You put in a few facts about your car.
Then someone searches for a used car like yours.
Bingo, there's your car.
Pops up in their search results.
And it's free.
How can you beat that?
This is the best way to sell a car.
List your used car for free and reach millions of car buyers at vehix.com, your online resource to find your ride. Search our online inventory. Thousands of vehicles are added weekly.
Buying a car is a big decision.
You need some advice.
That is why vehix.com is so great. Check out the Power Circle ratings for any kind of vehicle.
JDPower.com, Power Circle ratings.
Anything that you want to know about a vehicle.
Mechanical quality, the performance.
Design quality, powertrain quality.
You're going to get the right car.
All this great information right on vehix.com.
Use JDPower.com Power Circle ratings to rank vehicles you're interested in at vehix.com, your online resource to find your ride. Watch our buying guides and test drives powered by Wheels TV on Comcast On Demand.
Between these two teams. The 2000 divisional playoff game, the Giants got out to a quick lead thanks to Ron Dixon taking the opening kickoff 97 yards for the touchdown. But it was Jason Sehorn who stole the show and put the Eagles away early.
Snap hit as he throws, swings it right, and the pass nearly, it is intercepted by Sehorn. He's got it on the run, down the left sideline, cuts it at the 10, 5, touchdown!
Their next meeting occurred 6 years to the day in the 2006 Wild Card playoffs. Close game throughout came down to the final minutes as Plexico Burris' 11-yard touchdown catch tied the game at 20 with 5 minutes remaining. But it wasn't meant to be for Big Blue as David Akers and the Eagles crushed any hopes of moving on as the clock struck 0.
The kick is away. It's got the distance. It's gone! And the Eagles head for New Orleans.
So the Eagles will play into the wind in this third quarter, and as Jimmy Johnson mentioned at half, play with it in the fourth quarter. That could definitely be a factor. Tynes kicking with it, hits it to Quentin Demps. On the return, plenty of room to run, and Demps is forced out by Tynes after a big return. Demps is out to the 47. And a 46-yard return gives the Eagles a great starting point here to start the second half.
Yeah, kind of the way the game started with the Giants and Ahmad Bradshaw getting the kickoff and taking it down the field and giving his offense great field position. Demps does it here. And he's able to get to the edge. Good job of blocking.
And so now the Eagles, who had 63 yards on their last drive after compiling only 34 before it, start with a throw to Avant. Jason Avant has become a favorite target for McNabb. Good for just 2. This one is batted down and now ends up in the arms of Robbins. Big Fred Robbins is tripped up. And only the arms of Kevin Curtis may have saved a touchdown on the return by Fred Robbins.
Yeah, well, the Giants needed a play, and they're able to get the deflection there by Chase Blackburn and Fred Robbins. I mean, that's a pretty good move there by a big guy. And someone who's been banged up here over the last month of the season, he's moving pretty good. Kevin Curtis is just able to get enough of him there at his feet to get him to the ground. But Fred Robbins, I'll tell you, he's obviously a big guy. He's a big part of this defense inside. But he's one of the more athletic big men I've seen.
Plus, he was just running with the wind.
Maybe that was it.
Here's Jacobs. Brandon Jacobs. Here come the Giants. 10 yards and a first down for New York. Jacobs cuts back, hits by many, including Gokong, the last one to throw a shoulder. Abi Amiri was in there at the beginning of it. A 5-yard run by Jacobs. Third time inside the red zone. And this pass incomplete as Derek Ward started to run with it before he secured it. They've run that play a couple of times. And it's now 3rd and 5.
And you can see the frustration on Eli Manning's face. And that's a hard catch. It's a catch that should have been made. But when you're talking about the receiver, Derek Ward, coming towards the quarterback and then a ball being thrown at him with some pretty good velocity, that thing's pretty hard right now with the weather the way it is and coming at him pretty hot. One he certainly should have caught. And now a big 3rd down as to whether or not they're going to keep this drive going or having to settle for yet another field goal.
So now Quentin Michael is out on the sideline looking at his left knee. Samuel is not on the field as well. 3rd and 5. Pass is behind Kevin Boss.
When we were down in the fringe of the green or in the green, you have to score touchdowns. I mean, that's what our game is about. If you're going to separate, you have to have touchdowns, and we didn't do that today.
We got down there a number of times, and to only come away with the field goals, I think there's no excuse for that. We should have punched it in. We should have got touchdowns, and we kept putting our defense out there in a tough spot, and they played their butts off. And offensively, we really have nobody to blame but ourselves.
Coming up, after a solid defensive stand, the Eagles put on a clinic about methodical drives.
If you didn't watch NFL Game Day Final, here's what you missed.
That game plan was perfect, and they executed it beautifully.
Beating somebody 3 times is not that easy.
Catch all the championship highlights with NFL Game Day Final on NFL Network.
Pepper and some wow.
Welcome to Chili's.
Try Chili's Big Mouth Bites, the 4 mini burgers with giant layers of flavor, including bacon, jalapeno ranch dressing, cheese, and sauteed onions. They're hot and juicy, and they're at Chili's. Pepper and some fun.
National Car Rental knows I'm picky. So at National, I go right past the counter.
And you get to choose any car in the aisle.
Choose any car! You cannot be serious!
Seriously, you choose.
Okay.
Go National. Go like a pro.
They said it couldn't be done. They were wrong. This year from GMC. V8 power and performance along with exceptional fuel economy. The Sierra from GMC. Engineering that happens when you never say never.
Qualified buyers get 3.9% APR financing for 60 months on the 2009 GMC Sierra. See your local Buick Pontiac GMC dealer.
The sun was out, the weather was great, and I got to hang out with Santana Moss.
Good job. Good job. Gotta shuffle. Gotta shuffle. Let's push it. Let's push it. Let's push it. Get those feet. Can I buy those off you? Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. Let's go, Allie. Let's go.
Santana says it's important for kids to get outside and play, so we can grow up healthy and strong.
I'm Santana Moss. Helping kids stay active and healthy is how I live United. Want to help? Go to liveunited.org.
And the world is made of energy, and the world is electricity, and the world is made of energy, and there's a lot inside of you, and there's a lot inside of me,
Starting at their own 25, now down by 1. Philadelphia fakes the handoff. They roll out McNabb, and the pass is off the fingertips of Brent Selleck. Now Quentin Michael limps off. They fake the handoff, and that's behind and over the head of Brian Westbrook. McNabb ends up on his back. 3rd and 20 coming up.
Hell yeah, boy.
A blitz. Can't bring down McNabb, and the throw to a wide open Avant, who makes a move and has a huge Philadelphia first down.
That's a huge play. The quarterback was in trouble. He was able to avoid and get out of trouble. He was able to find a receiver who, just to his credit, just barely made the first down, but he made the first down.
Something that I knew that I would have to do is, to use my legs a little bit, and I thought the offensive line did a great job of giving me the opportunity to step up in the pocket, where I was able to buy time and hit Jason.
That was one of those plays that kind of broke your back. Obviously, we did everything we could on first and second down and get them in that 3rd and 20 situation, and we had pressure on McNabb, and that's why he's McNabb. He did a good job of avoiding things and made a play.
Matthias Kiwanuka just left with his arm hanging, his right arm. That was a 21-yard completion on 3rd and 20. Aired out, sideline. Penalty flag is down, and this pass is dropped by Curtis. Wide open, and the pass hit him right in the hands, and Curtis could not hang on. But a flag is down.
Illegal hands to the face. Defense number 31. 5-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
Well, here's Kevin Curtis on the outside. Donovan's able to get the safety, Kenny Phillips, to bite on Avant inside, and a perfect throw to Kevin Curtis. And normally he makes that. The ball just comes up and hits him in the helmet. And then on the other side, there's the penalty on Aaron Ross. I didn't see a whole lot there. Donovan was looking the other way. Typically, those aren't called.
Over the middle, McNabb hits. And this time, Kevin Curtis is able to hang on. A 15-yard completion, and the Eagles have it moving now.
Yeah, for an Eagles offense that had been struggling throughout that first half, and then when the Giants got that field goal, and right before the end of the first half, you've seen this offense really come alive a little bit, and Donovan's starting to settle in and starting to make some better throws, and they were starting to move it before Fred Robbins got the interception, and now here they come right back trying to answer off the field goal that New York got.
We made some adjustments at halftime. We didn't have a lot of success running the ball in the first or the second half, but Don was on point in the second half. The receivers were running crisp routes, and we were getting some yards after catch.
Another blitz. Johnson gets there late. The pass is out of the reach of Avant. Michael Johnson coming on the blitz, could not get to McNabb. And now Justin Tuck is having trouble getting up. We've seen Tuck, Kiwanuka, Michael, Asante Samuel. And Tuck is going to need help.
My leg was kind of fatiguing, and I wanted to limp off the field, but Pete just told me to go down as far as I think the defense was kind of tired right there, and it gave us an opportunity to get some rest there too. But me personally, I just wanted to limp off the field. He told me to go down because he thought I was more hurt than what I was.
3rd down and 10. Eagles protect McNabb, but he has nowhere to go with it, and now underneath it's Buckhalter. Another 3rd down conversion, now 5 for 8 for the Philadelphia offense, 19 yards and a first down.
Well, that time the Giants decided not to bring pressure. Here's Buckhalter. They looked like they were going to bring backers, but then they pulled out. 4-man rush gave Donovan time to move around, and then Buckhalter just ad-libbing. We saw a similar play against Dallas a couple of weeks ago. Donovan works to his right. Correll Buckhalter comes back underneath. They get the ball in his hands, and he's running away from the defenders.
Buck did a great job of just peeling away from the linebacker because he was covered in the flat, and to pick up big yards for us. These guys in this locker room have really showed that, if they're given the opportunity, they can make plays for us.
Now Jason Avant is flat on his back and getting looked at. Pressure. Pass was behind the intended target, Westbrook. Kiwanuka was coming, and McNabb had to get rid of it.
Yeah, and that's why, at the end, if things continue the way that they have, and people look at the numbers and say, wow, neither team had a sack, as was the case the last time these two teams played with the Giants, not able to get Donovan to the ground. But yet pressure is still an important part of it. And they have been able to get pressure on Donovan. And that last one forced Donovan to get the ball out sooner than what he had wanted. And that's why they failed to convert.
35-yard try for the lead. Akers drills it. Jacobs on the left side. Out across the 35, picks up 2. Giants are only 1 for 8 on 3rd down. A blitz. Considine can't get there in time, and the pass brilliantly dropped into Hickson. Not only the best throw of the day from Eli Manning, but it came at a good time on 3rd and 5.
Yeah, because Considine, he comes as a safety blitz, and Eli hangs right in there. And then when you get an opportunity down the field, you don't get a lot of these kinds of throws to make. You got to be able to connect. And Hickson doing a good job of getting down the field with pretty good coverage, but a perfectly thrown ball by Eli Manning.
Brandon Jacobs tries the right side, and well played. Gokong gets credit for the tackle, but he had help up front. How would you like this big body headed towards you, Brandon Jacobs?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't. And Chris Gokong, who's a linebacker, and usually linebackers have size advantages over those that they're tackling. Well, he doesn't, and neither does the defensive line. You know, when talking with Asante Samuel, I asked him, you know, what's it like trying to tackle Brandon Jacobs? His only response was, he's a big dude, ain't he? Well, he's not getting any smaller.
3rd down and 9. A blitz from Michael. Pass for Ward, incomplete, broken up by Cole. 47-yard try. Carney struggled even at this end with anything over 40 yards during pregame warmups. He's missed once in this game. This kick, no good. Carney missed 3 times all year, including 2 blocks. He has missed twice in this game. Once from 46, this one from 47. And that ball just ran out of steam and was wide to the left.
Still to come, the Eagles look to add to their lead as the 3rd quarter comes to a close.
Get ready for the AFC Championship game with a postseason preview from Week 4. Ravens, Steelers.
Santonio Holmes, touchdown.
The complete broadcast tomorrow at 8:30 only on NFL Network.
It's an all-out flavor blitz with KFC Honey Barbecue Wings. We take our famous sauceless hot wings that are marinated in peppers and coated in seasoning, then glaze them in honey barbecue for 3 layers of flavor. Get 7 for $3.99 or grab a bucket of 20. Add a 32-ounce drink for a chance to win a trip to Super Bowl 44.
Coach Switzer, when I get hot, I go cold Coors Light for my first-round draft choice.
Doesn't everyone? 99% of the people do.
What about when that other 1% buys the round?
They make decisions a lot of times which ones are going to be for you, and then half the time the other ones can't be for you because they went for you. You know what I mean?
No.
Frost Brewed Coors Light, official beer sponsor of Super Bowl 43.
Coach, I will bet you a cold Coors Light draft that I can beat you in a game of table tennis.
I don't care. It's not my game. I don't play it.
If you've been putting off getting new carpet for your home, now's the time to put it back on. Because the Home Depot has a new lower price for carpet installation. Only $139 for your whole house, no matter how many rooms. We've lowered the price on over 1,000 items throughout the store, including carpet. So you'll pay the lowest total price for your carpet project, guaranteed. New carpet has never been more affordable, with basic installation for just $139, no matter how many rooms. Only at the Home Depot. You can do it, we can help.
The 24/7 market at Courtyard. More choices, more convenience, and more freedom on the road. Courtyard, it's a new stay.
Lindsey Vonn takes the lead. Earlier, she was suffering from an all-over achy cold. She stays tough. How does she do it? What is that? I think we've discovered her advantage. Speedy Alka-Seltzer.
New and improved Alka-Seltzer Plus. Specially formulated now with more pain-relieving power. Rushes cold-fighting ingredients to relieve congestion, coughing, and all-over achiness. It's the official cold medicine of the U.S. Ski Team. Alka-Seltzer Plus. Also available in liquid gels.
We'll get you right back to NFL Replay, the Eagles and Giants 2008 NFC Divisional matchup in just a moment. But first, many expect a major upheaval in Kansas City now that Scott Pioli has taken over as general manager. Head coach Herm Edwards and his staff were 6-26 in their last 2 years, the worst span in team history, and they've been waiting to learn their fate. Wednesday, in his first news conference since being hired as general manager, Pioli would only say that he intends to visit with Edwards and that he has a lot of personal and professional respect for him. Anquan Boldin says he will play in the NFC Championship game against the Eagles. Boldin practiced Wednesday and says a trip to a Dallas chiropractor has greatly improved his strained left hamstring. News out of Cleveland, the Browns have named Brian Dable offensive coordinator, Rob Ryan defensive coordinator, and Brad Seeley assistant head coach special teams coordinator. Now back to NFL Replay.
Handoff is to Westbrook. Pierce, Butler, both in on the stop, a gain of 5. And on third down, the pass is caught by Curtis. First down, an 8-yard completion to Kevin Curtis.
I tell you what, that is a great throw by Donovan McNabb. He's got pressure in his face. Kevin Curtis runs a route. Great coverage by Corey Webster.
They were bringing a lot of people now. They were blitzing like crazy. So just thought if we got the ball out of our hands a little quicker, we might be better off for it.
McNabb throws, and this one's broken up by Webster, and they'll throw a flag. Webster interfered with Kevin Curtis, and Tom Coughlin is all the way out onto the field. There's a discussion going on between members of this officiating crew.
You see the left hand there is on Curtis's left shoulder. And I think that's what drew the penalty.
There was no foul for defensive pass interference. All the action was legal. Second down.
Well, one official overruled the other. And once they came together, and they were hearing plenty of it from Tom Coughlin in their ears right over there by the Giants bench, they pick up the flag. But so often you see when that left arm, kind of like a hooking action, goes around the body, they'll throw the flag, but they pick it up.
Yeah, the official that threw the flag, had a pretty good vantage point there, and he's the one who saw that left hand.
2nd and 10. Timeout, Philadelphia. Called by the bench. Now Andy Reid's hot, and why not? I mean, he's wondering why in the world they just picked up the flag for pass interference, and I frankly don't blame him.
No, I don't blame him for being hot either, and they're probably telling him for the same reason that we took that run off the board there before the end of the half.
So they're picking up flags in this game.
I think what Andy's upset about is the fact that a flag was thrown, and if you throw the flag and deem it to be pass interference, then don't let the fact that Tom Coughlin's over there on that side of the field then talk you into picking it up.
2nd and 10. McNabb over the middle. L.J. Smith is ripped down, and there may have been a face mask in there on the tackle by Pierce. Antonio Pierce got a lot of the face mask of L.J. Smith right there.
Personal foul, major face mask, defense number 58. From the end of the run, automatic, first down.
Pass to Curtis. Blackburn can't bring him down, and Kevin Curtis is down inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. Play was over. Ball came out after Curtis was down, And that's good for 15 yards and another Philadelphia first down.
Zone coverage there, and Kevin Curtis just throttles it down so that he's in a clear window and showing his numbers there to Donovan McNabb. Good route there by Kevin Curtis, and good after the catch.
Westbrook a yard short of a first down. 3rd and 1. Toss to Westbrook, trying to pick his way. First down from inches outside the 1. Fake the handoff, the flip for Selleck, and a touchdown for Philadelphia. Touchdown Eagles, and with the extra point, Akers can make it a 9-point game.
The Eagles go offset with their offensive backfield formation, and usually that means play action. You see these two right here, and so they come play action off of that, and that allows Westbrook to make an immediate move to the flat, and then it puts Selleck there in the corner in behind that. And it forces the defense to make a decision. As you see, Butler's got to decide, am I going to take Westbrook as he did? And then Selleck able to get in behind that for a pretty easy completion and touchdown.
Don's been playing very well. He's been asked to basically carry this team, and he's been doing a great job of his confidence and helping his other teammates, including me, to continue to stay focused, continue to stay on task. And you ask a leader to do those types of things, and he has done them.
Up next, it's a battle of wills as 2 fourth-down plays help determine who will advance and who's going home.
Let's see if this steak place can match the value of Golden Corral's new Applewood Grill. I'd like the sirloin, chicken and pork too, all wrapped in bacon, and all for around $10.
Security!
And all for around $10.
No. What are you, some kind of rodeo clown?
No other place can match Golden Corral's Applewood Grill. Get sizzling aged sirloin, oven roasted chicken, and tender pork, all wrapped in Applewood bacon, all included on their endless dinner buffet for around $10.
Now that's a rare deal.
There's no place like Golden Corral.
Okay, kids, game time. Hey, football!
If you want your kids to love your NFL team as much as you do, get them to NFLRush.com. There's a brand new online game world called NFL Rush Zone. It's a safe environment where kids can join their favorite team, play games, and grow to love the NFL.
A 3-4 defense now? Who's coaching this team?
Sign your kid up for a 6-month subscription now and get a free Wilson officially licensed NFL football. Just go to NFLRush.com/RZ and enter code FOOTBall.
Zombie!
When all you want is behind-the-scenes inside access to the NFL. When all you want is inside expert analysis on game day.
That's not the same thing last week.
When all you want is a replay of the best playoff matchups.
Where's everybody?
You missed on Sunday. When all you want is football, watch NFL Network.
All day, every day.
Winter X Games returns to Aspen's Buttermilk Mountain January 22nd through 25th. See the world's best go big for Winter X Gold in snowboarding, snowmobile, and skiing. All in HD. Live on Comcast. Witness a new 22-foot-high superpipe and the return of ski and snowboard. Big Air Winter X Games 13. Details at xgames.com.
Watch the ESPN Winter X Games. Check listings for local times and dates.
It's the most anticipated rematch in UFC history between 2 of the sport's greatest athletes. Lightweight champion BJ Penn moves back up to 170 to avenge a 2006 loss to current welterweight champion George St. Pierre. Also, undefeated light heavyweights collide as 13-0 Thiago Silva takes on 13-0 Lyoto Machida. Bud Light presents UFC 94, St. Pierre versus Penn 2. Live Saturday, January 31st from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. On Events in Demand pay-per-view.
Starting at their own 24. Starting with a run with Brandon Jacobs. And a good start to this drive as Jacobs gets 11, brought down by Trent Cole downfield. 2nd down and 5. Here is Jacobs, nowhere to go. Bradley plugged it up in the middle. Gain of 2, 3rd and short coming up. Handoff is to Ward inside, and Derek Ward fights. Depends on the spot.
Tell you, that's close, and that was an interesting call there by Kevin Gilbride, the offensive coordinator, on 3rd down, trying to pick that up, moving laterally here. You see he's wanting to hit it a little bit sooner than what he did, but he had to keep going towards the sideline to get going north and south. Now they're saying that it's 4th down, but you've got to be able to get a measurement on this so you at least know where you're at.
Yeah, you're right. Mike Carey already signaled 4th down, and then Tom Coughlin was screaming for a measurement.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes an official knows that it's a 4th down, but if you're a coach, you want to see exactly how much you have left to go. And if they say, sometimes they won't even give you the measurement, but you keep pushing for it, so you at least understand whether or not you feel safe going for it on 4th down. I think right here, of course, Tom Coughlin throwing out the red flag, he's going to challenge the spot. But even if they're short, I think I go for it on 4th down.
So Tom Coughlin is going to challenge the spot that this officiating crew gave him on the run.
The ruling on the field is the ball is short of the line to gain. It's being challenged by New York.
Yeah, that's about the line where they got to gain in order to pick up the 1st down. In fact, you could almost argue that they should move the spot back a few more inches, that the Giants would lose a few inches.
The ruling on the field is correct. Therefore, New York is charged with their 2nd team timeout.
I think, quite frankly, we were all shocked by the spot of the ball on the 4th and inch one. Couldn't imagine that the spot was right. Obviously, I challenged. The challenge came back. They did not change the play.
Eli Manning back into the huddle, and on 4th and inches, the Giants will go for it. Down by 9 at their own 45. It is. And he didn't move at all. It certainly looks like the Philadelphia defense held, but it depends on what kind of forward progress they gave Eli Manning, and they did not give him enough. Philly takes over.
Well, you take a look, you find it hard to believe that you couldn't get low enough in order to pick up 4 inches or 6 inches or whatever it was. You know, the line gets stood up, but you got to get lower and get underneath all that as the quarterback. If you do nothing else but dive forward at the feet of the offensive lineman, you're going to pick up that 1st down. You can't run as high as what Eli was trying to pick this up. I mean, there's enough movement there that you should be able to stay low enough as the quarterback to pick up a 1st down with no more than what they needed.
You know the situation. You know what we have to do. Everybody do your job, dominate your gap, and let's get off the field. But we really don't have to say that. That's just kind of implied in the situation.
Everybody knows a cliche. If defense wins championships and our defense is playing lights out, they're getting turnovers, they're stopping the other team. And when you have that, and you also have an offense like we have with very good players across the ball, across the board, we're going to be very dangerous.
The number 1 seed in trouble. Number 2 seed in the NFC lost last night. Ward stays up. Out to the 25. Remember, only 1 timeout remains for the Giants. They lost 1 on a challenge and lost 1 when they had to use it with a play clock expiring. Ward right side. Good run. Back-to-back strong runs by Derek Ward. This one good for 8. 2nd and 2. Back to Ward. Picks up a 1st down. Handoff is to Jacobs. Runs into a wall, keeps going, picks up a yard, 3rd and short coming up.
And this is big right now because when you look at this game and why the score is what it is, one is because of the interception that Asante Samuel got that set up the touchdown. But then the other big part of this is just the Giants have not been very good on 3rd down. They've run the ball relatively well, but on 3rd downs, they've not converted and they've had to punt.
Just 2 for 11 on 3rd down in this game. It's 3rd and 3. A direct snap to Ward running right. Parker makes the play for Philadelphia. What a good play by Jaquay Parker. And now it's 4th down again for the Giants. They went for it before. And they're going to go for it here.
Yeah, and I think that they should since they did previously. But this is the 2nd time now on 3rd down that the Eagles have been able to stretch the running play. And both times it's been Derek Ward. You know, he wants to be able to hit that thing much sooner than what he's able to. But because of the play of Jaquay Parker and the others along that defensive line, they've been able to stretch it out and keep them from picking up the 1st down.
It's 4th down and 2. They stay on the ground with Jacobs. Jacobs doesn't appear to have enough. It depends on the spot. He appeared to be a half-yard short. Stuart Bradley, middle linebacker, made the play.
Well, there just wasn't much movement inside. Take a look and see, and you see that right there, Broderick Bunkley is the one who holds it up. But Broderick Bunkley for the 2nd time on 4th down he does it. On the previous 4th down he did it. On this 4th down he holds up Sean O'Hara, the center, and backs him right into Brandon Jacobs.
We're going to have a measurement. And they don't get it.
Well, I just saw some great effort from the tackles. I mean, that would start with the tackles and the linebackers up front right there. I mean, Buckley made one great surge right there. So we'll look at the film, but it looks like, you know, we just got a great surge on those 4th down plays.
That was me. It came down as 4th and 1. It actually was 4th and 2. I should have taken the timeout. But we do have a lot of confidence in our running game, no doubt.
We needed to make a play and give ourselves a spark. You know, those 2 last 4th downs that you don't convert, you know, that's you know, just, and then, you know, we didn't give ourselves a chance to keep a drive going and get 1st downs and give ourselves a chance to win that game.
I think they wanted it more than we did, and we couldn't match their intensity, you know. And once you got a situation like that and can't take advantage of it, it's you know, it's pretty bad.
Donovan McNabb down the sideline for Jackson. What a pass and catch. Deshaun Jackson, the rookie. No signal yet. Is going to be called out of bounds. Right now they have him at the 7. Working on Corey Webster. Beautiful throw.
But I'll tell you what, I think Corey Webster has had himself a good ball game. And you get in this situation and you're playing tight because of the situation. You can't play soft. You got to play physical. Deshaun Jackson with great speed goes by him and a well-thrown ball.
When you have a very good team like we have, you have receivers stepping up. Kevin Curtis, Deshaun, L.J. Smith did a great job of stepping up. Don was finding those guys. Anytime that you're trying to stop one guy on a team like we have a team, it's going to be hard to stop everybody, and we had some success.
And you can see that Jackson keeps his feet in bounds, and they have just placed the ball at the 1. 1st and goal, and this could be a knockout blow. A 48-yard completion to Deshaun Jackson. Westbrook gets it and cannot get in. Tripped up and brought down at the 1. 2nd and goal. Here's Westbrook. Cannot get anything. In fact, lost a yard. And this is a big opportunity for this Giants defense to keep it to within reason. It's a 9-point game. If the Giants defense can force the field goal, it becomes a 12-point game, and you're still within 2 touchdowns of winning.
With 1 timeout. and the clock continuing to tick.
It's 3rd and goal. McNabb rolls right, throws it right into the turf, incomplete for basket. So after having 1st and goal from the 1, that drive actually went backward a yard, and it will be a 20-yard try roughly by David Akers to make it a 12-point game.
Well, a lot of time coming off the clock. I mean, them being able to hit the big one down the field to Deshaun Jackson that set up this field goal here. You'd almost expect the Eagles to come away with a field goal considering the field position they were given. But as I said, they're getting the 3 points with a lot less time. The Giants will the next time they get it.
Field goal is good. Akers has hit 18 straight in the postseason.
With under 4 minutes left and down 2 scores, the Giants are running out of time. Can the defending champs save their season, or will it all just slip away?
Welcome to Progressive's Concierge Claims Center. You must be Mr. Garcia.
I was a little fender bender.
We have your reservation right here. We'll assess the damage, coordinate the repairs, and call you when it's fixed. And it all comes with your policy. Here's your rental.
Can I see it again?
Taking care of everything for you. That's Progressive. Call or click today.
Happy New Year! Welcome to Progressive.com.
This place is hopping.
It's resolution season.
Well, my resolution? Save money.
Last year, millions of people visited Progressive.com, and those who switched saved an average of over $350.
No wonder it's like a party in here.
Yeah. I wrote that.
Starting the new year with savings. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
You look like you're about to show off your team pride by stapling Reggie Bush to your wall.
Watch out.
Instead, get a fathead. Show off your passion the easy way. Pick up a fathead of your favorite hero at fathead.com.
Pick a city, then get a 4-star hotel at a 2-star price from Hotwire.com. When 4-star hotels have unsold rooms, they use Hotwire to fill them. So you get the lowest prices guaranteed.
HOTWIRE, Hotwire.com.
You can buff up, clean up, but you can't cover up the dreaded bald spot. And it's not getting any smaller. Instead of hiding it, solve it with Men's Rogaine Foam. In clinical testing, 85% of men regrew hair. And since it's easy to use and dries quickly, it fits perfectly into your routine. Visit RogaineFoam.com for a $15 offer. And don't let hair loss slow you down. Men's Rogaine Foam. Use it or lose it.
Own a timeshare? Turn it into cash.
No more mortgage payments.
Thank you, Timeshares Only.
At Timeshares Only, you'll find properties from the biggest names in the industry. If you want to buy, sell, or rent, call now. Call Timeshares Only and get your free information kit with our insider secrets to buying, selling, and renting timeshares, plus receive a free $100 gift card.
The over $5 billion sold in the past 6 months proves now can be the best time to sell.
Call 1-800-267-1851 for your free information kit and free $100 gift card.
NFL Replay. Relive the divisional playoffs.
Scores inside the 50. Takes it in for the touchdown.
Chargers, Steelers. NFL Replay coming up next only on NFL Network.
Here's Toomer. Makes the catch out near midfield, and Amani Toomer sets up first down for the Giants there.
You know, Sheldon Brown, he saw Steve Smith and he jumps him and never even knew that the ball had been thrown. Right there, he starts to go take Steve Smith, thinking that's where the ball was going to be, but the ball had already been thrown by Eli Manning right in behind him to Toomer.
The last 2 drives that have ended with the Giants turning it over on downs, and now Eli Manning turns it over with his arm. Second interception, this one by Quentin Michael.
Yeah, they were loading up throughout this game to stop the run, but on this possession, they were playing coverage all the way, knowing that the only chance the Giants have to get back in this game is to make some big plays throwing the football. And Quentin Michael, you're going to see he's sitting back here in a cover 2 defense, and Eli thought that Steve Smith was going to get to the middle, but even with that, that's a ball that got away from Eli. It's a high throw, no chance of completing it, and an easy interception for the Eagles.
We've been doing what we set out to do from the beginning, and that's be a defense that doesn't give up big plays, doesn't give up a lot of points, gets turnovers.
Now listen, I'm partial. I've got the best defensive coordinator in the National Football League, and his guys believe in him and believe in the things he does. He's kept it fresh for him. For being almost 100 years old, he's kept everything fresh.
And that look says it all by Manning, who didn't play like this at all during the playoffs last year or into the Super Bowl for Tom Coughlin.
Yeah, or even really this season, because he has done a good job all year of not throwing the interceptions. And the first one that he had today, really changed the tone of this game right from the beginning.
Donovan McNabb gets away from Tuck and picks up about 9 before he's forced out by Chase Blackburn. What drew the flag? It was an unsportsmanlike call. Donovan McNabb picking up the phone on the Giants bench.
Sometimes I don't know what runs through that guy's head.
I got caught up in the moment a little bit. We were talking on that sideline and just having fun. But you know what? It's just something that I can't do, and I apologize to the team and the coaches for that, and it's over.
And he's got his team steered toward the NFC Championship game. It'll be his 5th, but that was over the top. Coming up on the 2-minute warning, Manning almost threw another. In and out of the hands of Chris Clemens. 2nd down and 10 for New York. Manning trying to find someone, has to come underneath to Derek Ward, who is held inbounds and stopped after a gain of 7. Ed Svita, Philadelphia's own statistician, tells me this is the first time ever that the top 3 seeds won't make the NFC Championship game. And that is the case. And how about this? An NFL fact. No game has ended with a final score of 23-11 as Derek Ward picks up a 1st down for the Giants but stays in bounds. Philadelphia offensively will do all this with virtually no input from Westbrook outside of the attention he gets. 18 carries, 36 yards. That's 2 carries per rush, or 2 yards per rush, and 2 catches for 10 yards as the ball pops out to Steve Smith. The Eagles take over, another turnover, and this one is over.
Pretty much the worst feeling in the world. You almost wonder if it's better to not even make the playoffs than to exit like we did today.
I think we're very disappointed, very, very sorry to see the season come to an end. Lots of remorse for opportunities lost.
I guess for old guys and guys who, they don't really want to see us anymore, they'll be watching for another week. But you know what? It's an exciting time for all of us. I mean, this is something in which, it's storybook.
I'll tell you what, I'll take this one. And it's great to be back in the NFC Championship game.
Hey, dog, you battled all year, dog. You're a good player, baby. You know what I'm saying? You gave me a lot of work out here.
It's all love now. It's all love now, though, man.
Everybody stacked up against us, and to come out here and get a win like this is great, man. Against a rival, so we're loving life right now.
You have a message for the fans back home?
Hope to see y'all in Arizona, man. It's going to be a good one, so stay tuned.
Our work is not done now.
No, sir.
Our work is not done. Come to work this week to get your job done, man. Let's finish this thing.
Yes,
finish
sir.
2 on 3. 1, 2, 3. Finish.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, baby.